Can you be honest with yourself for even just a moment to admit that you are living with too much comfort? You are living with too much comfort and it's killing any potential you may have had. Your body is moving less, your mind is losing its edge, and you're slowly wasting away, dying on autopilot. Most guys today are missing a key factor: adversity. The question you need to ask yourself is, what's best for me? If I keep going down this track, what will I become? Or more accurately, what will I degrade into? As the world evolves, things become readily available. If you're hungry, you no longer have to even run down to the shops to get food. You can just order Uber Eats straight to your door and you just have to walk a few steps. If you're hot, you just have to turn the aircon on. If you're bored, you no longer have to think of a fun game to play with your friends or run around outside. You can just scroll through TikTok or Instagram and waste hours doom scrolling. This is both a blessing and a curse, and it's something you need to be really aware of, and at times you need to fight against it. There is a time and place for all of these things, but comfort comes at a cost, so you have to be really aware of the actions you're taking and how efficient things are becoming in the world for you. So you have to make sure you don't become complacent. Comfort feels safe, of course, but it's also making you weak at the exact same time if you're not careful with how you use these things. So with all these things that you have access to, it's important that you self-engineer and integrate effort into your life with many of these things. So for example, let's start with food. At the very least, you should be going out to get food. We both know if you're ordering Uber Eats, you're not only paying more, but you're not ordering anything good. So at least that's that extra barrier in the way where you have to go outside and get out of your own way to go and get the food. But why don't we take it a step further? Why don't you try intermittent fasting every now and then? Try and push yourself. You don't need to eat 24/7 around the clock. In fact, it's actually harmful to your body to be constantly digesting food around the clock. Giving your body time to relax and digest the food it does have and rebuild the cells is all very important key factors for your health. Now let's look at another factor: weather. We all have access to air cons most likely now, and everyone's very comfortable with turning on the aircon when it's cold or hot, trying to get that exact temperature, but it's making you really weak. So you got to engineer stress into your life in terms of that. You need to go out for a run when it's cold or rainy or really hot, or start using the sauna. Make sure your body is capable of at least undergoing these stresses if it had to. And the last one, and maybe the most self-destructive one, is doom scrolling through TikTok or Instagram. You can spend hours. I've spent hours scrolling through videos and looking at other people's achievements and other people doing silly dances. All those kinds of things is just wasting your time, spending hours doing that. At least replace that with finding your own hobby. You're literally watching the world scroll by, watching other people make achievements and do things with their life and with their day while you're in bed doom scrolling, wasting your life. At the very least, put a cap or a limit on how much time you're going to spend on social media per day and start integrating other things into your life, whether that's reading, going outside, finding a new hobby, starting a side hustle, something else to keep your mind occupied and give you a sense of purpose. Because even if you do something really small that just moves you forward just a little bit in life, whether that's education or entertainment or friends, family, all those kinds of things, even if it's just a small little increase, I bet you will feel a lot better at the end of the day than remembering that video you scrolled through of someone in another country achieving something or saying a funny joke online. I bet you don't even remember what video you watched this morning. So as all these things become much more readily available at the touch of a button, there is a time and place for all these things, don't get me wrong, but you need to be extremely conscious to self-engineer extra effort so that you don't waste away. You know you are capable of doing things, you can put your body through things, you can create your own entertainment and source of purpose and fulfillment in your own life, not looking at other people. And lastly, you're also self-governing. You don't rely on these outside factors to give you a boost of energy or a sense of purpose. You can do that within yourself. So without staying on top of these things, you will find that you will degrade away over time. You will become weaker, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally. So make sure you stay on top of these things. Introduce hardship into your life so that you know, with your own self-interest at heart, that you can go through hard things and you can be useful to yourself and the people around you. No one's going to be looking towards or up to someone ordering Uber Eats every day, are they? Which leads me into my next thing. What's one thing that someone around you can say that you are doing or working on? What's that one thing? Are you working on a side hustle? Are you working on some kind of physical feat? It doesn't have to be huge or amazing. You're not running a marathon, ultra marathon, or doing a high rocks or, starting the next Amazon or whatever. But what's one thing that someone around you can say, yeah, Tim over there, he's doing that one thing. Do you have anything in your life that's noteworthy or something that someone would mention to someone else in passing that you're working on? If the answer is no, and it most likely is, how does that make you feel? That your friend, family member can't say one thing that you're working on, one thing that is an amazing quality about you. Can anyone around you say, wait, I know Tim, he's working on X, Y, Z, whatever it is? If there's nothing, does that not light a fire under your ass that you're completely nothing to the people around you? They can't say one thing for you. How does that make you feel to know that the people around you have nothing to say about you? They perceive you and they don't hold you in a high regard in any way. Maybe you don't even hold yourself in a high regard. So not only does living with all of these comforts and these readily available things around you, not only does it degrade your body and your mind, but your own self-perception and other people's perception of you. Is that what you want? Ask yourself that. Is that what I want? All these things might sound like a hyperbole butterfly effect, but if you really knuckle down into it, you realize that living with all this comfort without consciously thinking about it is making you weaker, physically, mentally, emotionally, degrading your own self-perception and other people's perception of you. What road does this lead you down? Where do you think you will be in 6 months, 2 years, 5 years if you continue down this path? Are you even strong enough to genuinely ask yourself that? Really think about yourself in 2 years, 5 years. Really picture yourself continuing to do these activities, continue not to push yourself, not to be conscious of your actions. Where do you think you'll be? How do you think people will see you? How will you see yourself? As I know for myself, in 2 years, 5 years, the Nathan in the future, he's accomplished things, he's kept working on himself, he's doing all these things. I know he's going to be a better man than I am today. When I turn that question around on you, the person that you are in 2 years, 5 years, is he going to be better, stronger than you are today? Are you going to look up to that person? Is anyone around your future self going to look up to you? So if you keep choosing comfort, you're going to stay the same. Actually, you're going to degrade, you're going to get worse with time. The person that you are today is the peak. That's as good as you get if you keep going down this path. Is that not scary to think that you today is as good as you will get? Not you in 2 years, 5 years with more time and knowledge and trial and error. That person in the future is worse than you are today. Is that not a scary thought to have? If that gets you a little scared, a little nervous, a little uneasy, at least you are being honest with yourself and you are having a reaction to these questions. If you're like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about, me in a few years, he's got it all under control, good luck to you. But if you are really having an actual reaction to this and you're thinking about yourself in the future, where will you be? Then you've at least taken the first step, which is at least being conscious that you're not where you want to be and you're not on the right path. So what do you do? What is the answer to all this? Do you have to throw all these tasks on your plate all at once and try and become Iron Man all at once? No, that's not the answer, of course. But you do need to start to integrate little bits of effort into your life, little bits of stress, bit by bit, and keep expanding on it. And just be mindful of what you're doing, whether that's your food. Be mindful to eat more healthier or eat within a restricted window. You don't need to be eating 24/7 around the clock at 8 a.m. as soon as you wake up until 11 p.m. when you fall asleep. You don't need to be eating that much. Start exposing yourself to hard things, whether that's physical things, going for runs, going to the gym, start getting stronger and faster. These things are free, more or less, or a gym membership is very cheap compared to Netflix and whatever else you're paying for at the moment. It costs nothing in comparison. And you start going once a week, then twice a week, and then you start increasing the weight and increasing the time you're in the gym. All these things is step by step, and you slowly start building on all these efforts that you're putting in. Just be mindful of what it is that you're doing. So one task for you for the rest of the week is each day at least do one hard thing. Just one. Whether that's waking up earlier, whether that's going to the gym, whether that's going for a run, whether that's doing a small fast. Just choose one hard thing every day for the rest of the week. See how you feel at the end of the week. And I bet after you look back over that week that you've done with just those small little added pieces of effort, you'll look back and you'll feel more proud of yourself and that you accomplished more that week rather than doom scrolling for hours, ordering Uber Eats, binging on Netflix all night. And I bet without even having to tell you, you're going to want to continue that feeling. And the only way to continue having that feeling of sense of accomplishment and purpose is to continue pushing yourself. So now that you've been going to the gym once a week, if you keep doing that for 2 months and then 4 months and then 5 months, I bet you on that 5th month, you're not going to be very proud of yourself. You know you're capable of going to the gym once per week. You need to up that now. You need to continue to overload in terms of the efforts, the stress that you're putting in, because your body and your mind has now adapted to that higher level of stress. And that is the positive outcome that you want. You are stronger physically, mentally. People around you see you're doing things. You perceive yourself as someone that is working on something, at least moving forward in life. Doesn't have to be major, but at least you're doing something. So for you, as the world gets easier, just be super conscious of what it is you're doing each day and what effort you're putting in, where you're slacking, where you are giving into the readily available things around you, whether that is a benefit to your life or if it's taking away from your life. Be mindful, you've got one shot at this. See you in the next one.